गायत्री मंत्र का सभी 3 बार उच्चारण करेंगे और भगवान से प्रार्थना करेंगे कि हे दुख विनाशक, हे सुखों के दाता, हे विश्व नियंता, सब क्लेशों को भस्म करने वाले, सबको दिव्यता प्रदान करने वाले प्रभु, हम आपसे प्रार्थना करते हैं कि हम सबको प्रज्ञावान बनाना, मेधावी बनाना, हम सदा धर्म के, सत्य के मार्ग पर आगे बढ़े प्रभु। हमें ऐसी शक्ति देना, हमें ऐसी भक्ति देना, ऐसी मति देना। सो गायत्री मंत्र 3 बार आप सब बोलेंगे मेरे साथ। ओम भूर्भुवा स्वाहा भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। सभी बोलेंगे स्वाहा मेरे साथ। ओम भूर्भुवा स्वाहा भर्गो ओम भूर्भुवा स्वाहा तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। और अब ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युमुक्षीय मामृतात् स्वाहा। अब प्रसाद मलाजी आप सबको, मोहिनी जी भी आप सबको दे दीजिए थोड़ा थोड़ा। ओम यदस्य कर्मणो अतिरिच्यं यद्वा न्यूनमिहाकरम् अग्निस्विष्टविद्यात् सर्वं स्विष्टं सुहूतं करोतु मे अग्नाय स्विष्टकृते सुहूतहुते सर्वप्रायश्चित्ताहुतिना कामानां समर्थयत्रे सर्वानां कामानां समर्थयत्रे स्वाहा। इदं अग्नाय स्विष्कृते इदं मम। ओम स्वाहा इदं प्रजापते इदं मम। सब बैठिए। तो पूर्णाहुति आप लोग भी दे सकते हैं, अगर जो भी चाहे पूर्णाहुति थोड़ी थोड़ी सामग्री लेके खड़े हो जाइए पूरी श्रद्धा भावना से, बिल्कुल थोड़ा थोड़ा, और हवन कुंड के कॉर्नर में डालेंगे ताकि अग्नि ना बुझे। ओम सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ओम सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ओम सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। अब थोड़ा थोड़ा घी अपने पाम्स में लगा लीजिए। सब खड़े रहिए यहाँ पे। प्रभु से ओज मांगेंगे, तेज मांगेंगे। अपने रब इट, अपने हाथों में ऐसे रब कर लीजिए। हाँ जी, एंड ब्रिंग योर पाम्स ऐसे अग्नि के आगे, सब अपने अपने पाम्स यहाँ पे। एवरीबॉडी से ओम तेजो असि तेजोमयी दे, ओजो असि ओजोमयी दे, बलम आचार विचार व्यवहार में कमी है उसे पूर्ण कीजिए। थैंक यू। बैठ जाइए।
Pura भजन वो करेंगे हमारे सामने। पेज नंबर
ब्लैक बुक में
247।
इस जगत पिता, पेज नंबर 247।
हे जग पिता, हे जग प्रभु, हे जग पिता, हे जग प्रभु, मुझे अपने नाम का दान दो, हे जग पिता, हे जग प्रभु, नाम का दान दो, हे जग पिता, हे जग प्रभु, तुझे अपने नाम का दान दो, हे जग पिता, हे जग प्रभु, मेरे मन में तेरा ही रंग हो, तेरी ज्ञान गंग तरंग हो, मेरा कर्म में तेरा ही रंग हो, मेरी तेरी तरंग हो, मेरा काम क्रोध से जंग हो, मुझे लोभ मोह पान दे, पिता हे जग प्रभु, मुझे अपने नाम का दान दो, तुझे अपने दिल से दे करूं, मुझे तेरी भक्ति का फल मिले, मुझे धैर्य शक्ति प्रबल मिले, मुझे तेरी भक्ति का फल मिले, मुझे धैर्य शक्ति प्रबल मिले, जो विचार अटल मिले, मुझे ऐसी ऊंची उड़ान दो, मेरे जो विचार अटल मिले, मुझे ऐसी ऊंची उड़ान दो, हे जग पिता, हे जग प्रभु, मुझे अपने नाम का दान दो, हे जग पिता, वेदवाणी पढ़ा कर तेरा ओम नाम जपा करूं, तेरी वेदवाणी पढ़ा करूं, तेरा ओम नाम जपा करूं, तेरा सामगान सुना करूं, यही सोच ले, यही ज्ञान दे, हे जग पिता, हे जग प्रभु, मुझे अपने नाम का दान दो, हे जग पिता,
हे जग प्रभु,
मेरा सरल शुद्ध व्यवहार हो, मेरा उच्चतम आचार हो, मेरा सरल शुद्ध व्यवहार हो, मेरा उच्चतम आचार हो, मेरा शत्रुओं से भी प्यार हो, मुझे
नैना द्विवेदी जी का बहुत सुंदर भजन सुनाया उन्होंने हमें। अब मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी डॉक्टर प्रतिभा शाह, मुकुंद जी पहले भजन करेंगे, उसके बाद डॉक्टर प्रतिभा शाह भी करेंगे।
ये भजन संस्कृत में है,
ऋग्वेद
का उसका पेज नंबर है 290। संगच्छध्वं तं वदध्वं तं वो मन्नान्ति जानतां देवाभागं यथा पूर्वे संजानन उपासते तमानिव आकृतिः समानहृदयानि समानमस्तु भूमनोः यथा वसुतहासति समानो मन्त्रः समिति समानि समानं मनः सचेतवेतां समानममन्त्रमपि मन्त्र एव समानेन अभिसाधुः तं कलियुगते वृषन् नग्ने दृष्ट्वा न्यन्यः ईरस्पदे कामित्यते तनो वतु ज्ञापनो हे प्रभो तुम शक्तिशाली ओ बनाते सृष्टिको हे प्रभो तुम शक्तिशाली ओ बनाते सृष्टिको वेद सब गाते तुम्हें कीजिए रणवेष्टिको प्रेम से मिलकर चलो बोलो सभी ज्ञानी बनो प्रेम से मिलकर चलो बोलो सभी ज्ञानी बनो पूर्वजों की भांति तुम कर्तव्य के मानी बनो पूर्वजों की भांति तुम कर्तव्य के मानी बनो ओ विचार समान सबके चित्त मन सब एक हो ओ विचार समान सबके चित्त मन सब एक हो ज्ञान देता हूँ बराबर भोग्य पासब नेक हो ज्ञान देता हूँ बराबर भोग्य पासब नेक हो सभी के दिल तथा संकल्प अविरोधी सदा हो सभी के दिल तथा संकल्प अविरोधी सदा मन बड़े हो प्रेम से इससे बड़े सुख संपदा मन बड़े हो प्रेम से इससे बड़े सुख संपदा हे प्रभु तुम साक्षी ओ बनाते सृष्टि को वेद सब गाते तुम्हें कीजिए रणवेष्टिको
एक भजन बुक से
नहीं बुक से नहीं।
मेरा छोटा सा संसार हरि आ जाओ एक बार। मेरा छोटा सा संसार हरि आ जाओ एक बार। हरि आ जाओ, हरि आ जाओ, मेरी नैया पार लगा जाओ। हो मेरी बिगड़ी बात बना जाओ। नित्य आत्मा करे पुकार, हरि आ जाओ एक बार। लाखों को दर्श दिखाया है, लाखों को दर्श दिखाया है। प्रभु मुझको क्यों बिसराया है। ये कैसी तुम्हारी माया है। नित्य भक्ति असुवन डार, हरि आ जाओ एक बार। जब याद तुम्हारी आती है, जब याद तुम्हारी आती है, तने मन की सुध बिसराती है। रहे रहे के मुझे तड़पाती है। तन मन धन सब धुआं, हरि आ जाओ एक बार। तुम्हें से बिछड़े युगे बीत गए, प्रभु मुझसे क्यों तुम रूठ गए। मैं हार गया तुम जीत गए। अब दर्शन दो साकार, हरि आ जाओ एक बार। मेरा छोटा सा संसार हरि आ जाओ एक बार। हरि आ जाओ, हरि आ जाओ, हरि आ जाओ, हरि आ जाओ, हरि आ जाओ एक बार। हरि आ जाओ एक बार। बहुत बहुत सुंदर डॉक्टर शारदा, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट डॉक्टर प्रतिमा जी। Now I'm going to invite our guest speaker and host of the प्रवचन and हवन के लिए मल्होत्रा जी। आप सब उनको पहचानते हैं, शशि रंजन आंटी जी की डॉटर, और हमारे समाज में सालों से their whole family has been dedicating to promoting ARYA SAMAJ principles. So today she's going to give us a talk briefly on this year of 2020. क्या ये कोविड की क्राइसिस है या और एंजाइटी के लायक है, या इस समय हमारे अंदर की कुछ अवेकनिंग होनी चाहिए। तो उस टॉपिक के ऊपर अनु जी आज हमें थोड़ी देर बताएंगी। So I would like to invite her to come here and please present to us.
थोड़ा बैग परे कर दो, बैग तो परे कर दो।
सबको एक बार फिर से नमस्ते। Let's take a moment and ask ourselves, this year of 2020, is it going to be the year of anxiety, or is it going to be the year of awakening for me and my family? According to the most recent US Bureau of Census, 1/3 of the Americans are showing signs of anxiety and other mental health issues caused by this pandemic and its effects of isolation, job loss, disease, and death. So many people, as we all know, got affected deeply with the current challenges of this crisis, but some took this opportunity to make them more alert, more aware, more awakened. So take a moment and ask yourself which category I belong to, and decide how do I want to proceed in the remainder of this year. Mind you, what practices we have in place and how we utilize every moment of every day will determine whether we are going to be anxious or we will be awakened. So, what we really need to do is become very conscious. We have to customize our life. We have to become conscious, cautious, and more mindful. So today, I want to take this opportunity to share with you 3 secrets that can help us all to rise above the current crisis and at the same time create a life that is filled with beauty, positivity, strength, and awakening. So the very first secret that I'm going to share with you is do not consume in any negative thing that's happening in your life. Instead, consume yourself completely in everything that's positive happening in your life. By shifting focus to all the gifts that we have and all the blessings that are being showered on us, we can generate the power to deal with this negativity. Many times, we get so consumed in the negative news that we are hearing 24/7 that all that goes through our mind is only negative. And we must remember that to focus on positivity is not something that happens automatically. Because our mind always defaults to negative. If we don't consciously make a point to bring positivity, then by default it is going to go into the negative. So what we must do is invest, like you all are so blessed today. Not only we celebrated birthdays, not only we did the MALHOTRA, but we took this time out of our busy schedule and we invested time in the mindful practice, in these spiritual practices to purify us, to strengthen our inner, so that we gain the power. The moment we step out of this ARYA SAMAJ, we leave this place with so much power, so much energy, that not only is going to help us to prevent from what's happening outside,
outside in the world, but actually this power will help you to dictate how you want your world to be. So first point is, consume in everything positive that's happening in your life and gain that power to deal with the negativity. The second point that I am going to share with you is become perfect not only in your doing but also in your being. We all, from time to time, we want to become perfect in everything we do, whether we are at home or whether we are at work. With everything, we want to be perfect. We want to achieve perfection. And it's a beautiful thing to be perfect, to grow and to succeed, to achieve. In fact, I'm also a perfectionist. So, let's take a moment and ask ourselves that as we are trying to become perfect, what is flowing through me? What's happening within me? As we are trying to accomplish so much, and that also before the time that we anticipated, what kind of vibrations are flowing from inside me 24/7? We have to watch that. As we are becoming perfect in achieving everything on time, meeting deadlines and targets, I can tell you one thing, inside we are feeling tired, worried, tensed, stressed. We all are living with the lowest vibration of energy. So even though everything appears to be fine outside, our doings are becoming perfect, but our being is not so perfect. Our being is not so perfect. And every time you ask someone to please take time and invest into spiritual practices to become perfect from inside, very easily we tell people that I don't have time, I'm very busy. I don't have time for my own self. So mind you, if we don't make time to bring that strength and perfection inside, this world is going to make you anxious. So we must schedule an appointment with our own self to create inner strength, inner positivity, so that we have the power to deal with whatever life throws at you. And yes, it's possible. So the second step, the second secret is become perfect in your doings and also in your being. The third and last step that I want to share with you is called practice. Because whatever we practice, we become very, 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 very good at it. Isn't it? One time, someone asked Tiger Woods, what is the secret behind you becoming number one in the game of golf? And you know what he said? What did he say? Practice, practice, practice. Whatever we practice, we become very good at it. So today, if we are practicing playing the game of golf for a long period of time, we may not become Tiger Woods, but let me assure you one thing, we'll become better at it. But if we continue to procrastinate and we continue to postpone becoming the perfect being from inside, then the outer situations will continue to affect our life. The outer will dictate whether we can smile or whether we become anxious. So if we do the right things will happen in our life. That is assured. So we must practice every single day mindfulness, connecting to your inner self and connecting to the source of all knowing, all being, all existence. Become one with it, just like a drop merges in the ocean and gains the oceanic power. Exactly the same way, when we sit in dhyana, when we sit in havan sandhya, when we sit in chanting, we become one with the oceanic power. We no longer have our own individuality. We have merged ourselves into universality. We become one with the Almighty. And when we operate our life with that power, we become victorious. So in conclusion, I'm going to say that there are 3 elements that can help us transform and become the best, to become the best version of ourselves. First one is, let me see if everyone was listening. What was the first one?
Don't consume negativity.
Consume yourself in positivity and use that power to deal with negative things. Number 2,
Perfect in doing and being.
perfect. That become perfect in your doing and also in your being. And the third, practice. Practice life enhancing techniques, life-giving practices to enhance your mental, physical and emotional capabilities so that you develop so much inner power, inner strength that will help you to stay always way above the current challenges of life. You know, Rishi Patanjali, who introduced yoga 5,000 years ago, he wrote in the 37th Sutra of his Yoga Darshan, very beautiful line in Sanskrit, Veet Rag Vishyam Vachitam. So what he's saying in this Yoga Sutra is that if you want to become victorious in life, if you want to be successful 100% in the outer world and 100% in the inner world, 200% success, then you stay in the company of those people who are walking on the path of light and positivity. Because if you become conscious about being company of the right people, then their light, their knowledge, their wisdom will start to flow through you and it will help you to stay above all the challenges and it will help you to create the kind of destiny that you desire for your own self. So last thing that I'm going to share with you before I end is that we all travel in the aeroplane. And when we travel, one of the things we do to our phone is we put them on aeroplane mode, right? Silence, yes. So when we put the phone on aeroplane mode, what happens? Anybody who's sending us messages, texts, anyone who's trying to call, all of that, we lose the power to see. We do not have the power to see them. But the moment you land and you take that mode away, instantly you see beep, 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 right? All these messages instantly will start to come to you. And now you have power. Now you have access to see all your messages or your phone calls and your mails and your texts. Were they not there? Those messages were still there when you were sitting in the aeroplane. But you were turned off. You could not hear them. Similarly, all these messages, the right thoughts, the right instructions, the right feelings, the right messages and the right resources are constantly being showered are we tuned with the power to receive them? Do we have the capability to look at them? Are we in tune? And these practices, what we did today, and dhyana, dharana, all the prayers, sitting in meditation, all of these spiritual practices help us to stay tuned 24/7 so that we can create a GPS within us. And through that GPS, we continue to get the directions. Go here, don't go here, there is a danger. And it always protects you, guides you, and gives you the kind of life that you want to live. It's all a choice that you and I have. And I'm doing my little bit. I'm sharing my little bit light of knowledge. Not just today. Every Monday I offer Facebook Live free sessions, 30-minute session that includes simple way of learning how to awaken ourselves. These are all ancient wisdom, transformational knowledge that I just change it to a simple English. So first 15 minutes of that and the last 15 minutes, we actually practice that knowledge by sitting in meditation. And it's a public post and everyone is welcome to join. But my goal is that I want to use my power. Never ever think that you are alone and you cannot contribute. The more you contribute, the more you don't compete with this world and the more you grow. That's the formula of doing service. So every Monday, 7:30 to 8, I offer my Facebook Live classes and hundreds of people join me. And through that message, I am helping people to make the right choices and to awaken themselves, to alert themselves so that they are equipped to handle the unpredictabilities of life. So I welcome anyone who wants to join. Just my name, MALHOTRA. Look it up and I would be very happy if you join me and also help me spread this message so that we can continue to create the circles of positivity and we live in that positivity, we breathe in that positivity and we are always happy, healthy and smiling. Thank you. Namaste.
Om Dyo Shantiram Karikshatvam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapah Shantiro Chadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishve Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvatam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redi Om Shanti 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 Om Annapate Annasya No Deyanami Vasya Susmina Prapradataram Tarisa Urjanno Dehi Dvipade Chatushpade। हे अन्न के स्वामी परमात्मा, हमें अन्न दो जो रोग रहित और पुष्टिकार हो। हे प्रभु, आप अन्नदाता का कल्याण करो, दुपाय मनुष्य और चौपाय मनुष्य में अपना तेज धारण कराइए। जय घोष। जो बोले सो अभय, मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र जी की, योगीराज श्री कृष्णचंद्र महाराज की, प्रज्ञाचक्षु गुरुवर स्वामी विरजानंद सरस्वती जी की, महर्षि स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती जी की, भारत माता की, अमेरिका माता की, गौ माता की, संसार के श्रेष्ठ पुरुषों की, धर्मों पर बलिदान देने वाले वीरों की, आर्य समाज, आर्य भाषा, वेद की ज्योति, वैदिक ध्वनि,
Please join us नीचे प्रसाद